Greetings, this is Skylar Saunders seeing what's current. This pains me, this hurts me. MC Lyte, old lyrics, not new lyrics, stuff from way back when. She was 21 years old. Resurfaced on the internet. The internet always the champion. Internet will all forever be the champion. She has lyrics that are describing engaging in a relationship with a boy, a 17-year-old. Now, this is the double standard that runs through hip hop. Salute to Abdul Mateen, my main man on the trigger. Yeah, I was in terrible shape. I got me a tiramisu and it's living up to its name now. I'm in better shape now. I thought it was just, the name itself, it means tiramisu means pick me up. And I thought that, they just say that now. They don't really use that, real coffee or really real caffeine, but I'm apparently feeling it now. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling hyped. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling charged. Yesterday it was a whole mess. I'm keeping it up because I need my views, but I might take it down. When I get to another level, when I get to that, thousand points, you definitely get a pass. Well, don't call me bro, but I appreciate that, Abdul. Thank you very much, sir. Salute to you, respect. But yeah, so I'm ready for the get down tonight. I don't know if the haters gonna be coming on at the same time. But I'll be checking out for it. I thank Abdul for stepping in and liking and observing my work right now because this isn't work. This isn't play time. This is work. And it's for a good cause. It's for a good cause that's near and dear to me. My bank account. Every dollar that goes into my bank account, I do appreciate it. It's very warming and endearing and appropriate. So there, okay. But MC Lyte, just like KRS-One, was it 13 and good or something? It's like you're slippery. It's slippery. See, they're not falling, but they're doing that. When you're about to fall, that weird, goofy, your legs are going up from under you kind of thing. They haven't fallen yet. MC Lyte's, she's in my top 5 favorite female rappers. She's number 5. Number 4 is Lil' Kim. Number 3 is Nicki Minaj. Number 2 is Eve. Number 1 is Queen Latifah. I don't want to take her out of my top 5, but this is the thing that we haven't. I mean, as a heterosexual man, I understand where other guys come from. It's like, yeah, that's like a badge of honor. That's like, dang, you bagged the older broad. I'm trying not to say. I'm not trying to say the B word, but you back you got down with somebody that's older than you, an adult. What? It's almost like, yeah, man, like you're cheering them on, you're high fiving them, you're dapping them up, you're doing all this kind of stuff, and it's like that's not cool. In my own family, one female may have touched another female, and that's totally disgusting. I'm not going to tell you who, I'm not going to tell you what, but that may have happened. I didn't witness it. I just know that this happens in families. So, given the amount of people that are within the struggle, because it is a struggle to declare and to know and to say and to be free with yourself. A lot of times people, challenge their sexuality. Well, I think it's disgusting and inappropriate. It's disgusting and inappropriate because it's a psychological thing. It's not just the physical, getting touched by somebody, somebody older and then somebody younger, especially. But it's the fact that it's a psychological thing. Whoa, he's got the laughing face. Oh, I'm trying to be serious here. MC Lyte, she was 21 years old when she wrote the song. Hold on, let me make sure I get it right. Too young for what? came out in 1991 when Lyte was just 21 years old. Here's a line. Here's a quote. She says, "It may sound nasty and it may sound mean, but I'm into little boys that are about 17. I don't know why, but they put up a fight, and hot damn, that excites the MC Lyte." See, if a guy says that today in 2023, let a male rapper say that about a 17-year-old girl. His career's over. His charities are dried up. He's selling off his Lamborghinis and his Ferraris and Bugattis. He's selling off his mansions. There's no career left for him. He's canceled. That's it. The Me Too movement steps in, and it's all over for him. He's done. He's cooked. Put a fork in him. But over 30 years ago, this record came out by a female, and it's like we just look at it now. It's like, did she really mean this? Is she seriously about this? Did this happen in real life? Did this happen in reality? What happened, in MC Lyte's mind for her to say this? And KRS-One is guilty too. It's not just the girls, it's the guys too. He had 13 and good. Thinking about an underage girl. It's goofy. It's weird. It's like they put out songs. Like they had to go to a yeah. Oh wow, we got Dot Focus and the great one in here. All right, y'all are respecting me. I appreciate it because yesterday I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess yesterday. Dot Focus, Blue. Biz Marquee, Young Girl Blues. Yes, thank you, JBs. Thank you. The great one, salute. And JB. All right, yeah. So yeah, I mean, they had to think about this. Okay, Abdul Mateen says true, but you would have loved to be that 17. That's what I'm saying. It's a double standard. It's a weird. Hit that like button. Make sure I got 4 people in here. I want to get 2 more likes. What's going on, the great one? Sup, Sky. All right, appreciate that. So I get those likes up. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's that double standard. Like I said myself, I'm like, if I was like 17 and I got like a 22 or 23-year-old female, as sexy as MC Lyte is, when she was 21, especially, she's like 50, 53 now. She's 53 years old now. And thank you for the likes. It's now 4 people on that I can see. I know the algorithm's weird. Now it's 5 likes. I appreciate the 5 likes, but no, I mean, I would be like, man, that's that real. But it's like for guys, oh, he's a predator. Oh, he's just going after the young women. He's going after the young girls. Oh my god, he's a terrible person. Oh my god, But as a female, it's like, well, she just has a preference. She's just grooming. That's the term they use. She's just grooming the young man. Is all. She's preparing him for adulthood. It's a different way. Abdul Mateen says, I'm with you. It's a conversation. But if you ain't a female teacher, that type of stuff isn't news. Exactly. That's a fact, too. That's a whole fact. 7 people watching, 5 likes. I'm liking this. I don't think Mr. Train is on, so that's a good sign because my numbers will go down. But you're telling the truth. But Abdul, you haven't given me money. I think you've told people about me. But I'm really considering giving you a word because you tell the truth. Teachers, that is like the main thing. Even the late great Paul Mooney once said, an apple, I want some D. Like the teacher's not, and the student is up at 5 o'clock in the morning drinking coffee and whistling. He's laying pipe. Like we laugh at it, but it's like real. It's like. You got these young teachers like 22, 23, 24 coming straight out of college. They're in the classroom. Hold on for a second, Joshua. Just come here. I want you to see something. And it's like, Josh was like, all right, Miss whoever. And it's like, just touch right here. Like, and it's like, whoa, you wouldn't want your son in that position. Let's be. I don't have any kids. I have no kids whatsoever. But I would not want my son to be in that position because he's not going to understand what's going on. And I don't care what that teacher may feel or think or do in her private life away from school. If she's not, especially if she's not touching little boys or maybe even little girls, you know, that's not the case. That wouldn't be the case. I would have to make sure that my child is protected at all times against, female predators. Is MC Lyte a female predator? It's weird though, because it's like 30 years old. It's like, I'll get over it. She made the song. You made too much out of nothing. Oh, this goes on all the time. Around the world, it's a totally different situation. You can be 14 years old. You can be 13 years old. You can be 9 years old and be with somebody, like be with an adult. And it's just not in America, first of all. Not in America. It's 17 or in some locations and 18 in others. 17 and 17 can be okay. But I don't think that 17 and 18 can be okay in certain jurisdictions. Abdul Mateen says, me personally, I would have loved it, but you're right. Keep your hands off my boy if I had a son. Exactly. That's the weird because I even had a teacher. She was all right. Like everybody knew she was like that teacher. She looked right. She was all right. She was young. She was fresh out of college, and I may be giving too much, but she was all right. She could get it definitely. But we all maintained, appropriate and not professional because we weren't. She was professional, but we were, very restrained and understood our boundaries and understood what it would mean if we were to engage in some kind of activity that was inappropriate. So I ask you again, MC Lyte, is she a predator? 32 years on. The great one says, Scott, I can't lie. I was obsessed with my 8th grade Spanish teacher. Yeah. It's the weirdest thing. It's a weird space you gotta be in because it's that thing of youth. It's that thing of, young people coming together. And it's this thing that's weird too, because like I said, with jurisdictions, if you're 18 years old, you can't date, you can't have sexual relations, you can't do anything with a 17-year-old. But a 17-year-old and a 17-year-old can have relations according to whatever state or city jurisdiction you're in. That's the difference. I mean, the late great Patrice O'Neal, he was caught up in a statutory rape charge, and he spent some time in like a boys correctional facility, not like a real prison or a jail or anything. It was just like a what do they call it? It's like what I'm reaching here, you guys. Help me out. It's just like a rehabilitation program. That's all I can say. Yeah. So I think he was like 19 and she was like 16. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I can't even get to Wicca. I'm gonna see the Wicca, but I just looked at that headline, and I was just like, MC Lyte caught up in something. What happened there? It's very weird, and it's not showing me a damn thing about him being involved with a minor. But that's the case, and that's what's so strange about Yeah, thank you. I'm late. I'm stupid. I can't remember juvie. That's exactly what it was. Juvenile detention hall or facility. Yeah. So juvie. Thank you, the great one. Salute to you for reminding my dumb ass. But MC Lyte, I just I don't think this is gonna mar her. She's what they call the voice of God. She does the hip hop awards, the BT awards, different award shows on CBS, I think, and maybe even the Grammys. I can't remember. I think she is the voice. They call it the God voice, or the voice of God that reigns over the ceremonies. And she's not a host. She's not like on the stage or anything, but she tells you who's coming up next, what the next performer is going to be, whatever segment's going to happen. I'm sure she gets paid well. She probably gets at least $50,000 a pop, for those different appearances. So she's not too bad off. She's doing her thing. But we have to talk about this new resurface lyrics. We have to talk about it. It was on a podcast. It's from the Culture Report. The host Ray Daniels brought up "Too Young for What," which was released in 1991, and asked and this is quoted from the article, asked what he believes would serve as appropriate repercussions for Lyte's 30-plus-year-old lyrics. Daniels drew comparison to the sexual assault charges levied against high-profile men like Russell Simmons years after the alleged actions took place. Okay, so this is interesting. This is like treading on that same kind of water. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Abdul Mateen has a point. Skywalker. So if she was 18 at the boy 17, is it still a topic? Yeah, it's still a topic because that's 18. 18, you're an adult. Completely. I mean, fully. It's weird. I know it depends on the circumstances and the context. Because you can be 17 and enlist into the armed forces. I know that for a fact. You can be 17 years old, and then, there's stories like Troy Star Terrain's, Mr. Troy Star Terrain's father, who joined the Navy when he was 14. So, I mean, if you can fight for your country at 14 years old, I mean, goddamn, you can't get a piece, of some action before you go into action, like. I see where you're going, though, Abdul. I see where you're going at. But yeah, so no, if you're 18 and 17, that cancels out unless it's in your jurisdiction. Sometimes they'll let it slide. A judge will say, okay, he's 18. She'll turn 18 in 2 months. It's not even going to be a big problem. Next case, I can see where you're going, Abdul. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jewel. But yeah, so I'm thinking this tiramisu. This tiramisu got me going. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it tonight. Abdul says, no, it ain't. No one will admit it, though. Okay. Yeah, it's not a topic. I don't think it is a topic. Yeah, it's not a topic. 17, 18. But if you get into different territory, like 21 and 15 or something crazy like that, then it's like, that's too much. That's a little bit too much sauce. It's too much sauce. You'll drown in that. In other words. But just to put a spin on it, just to say how, they use lyrics in courtrooms. I've covered this for months now. YM Melly, the Young Thug, and the Rico trial, they're using the lyrics. It's like, why are you using lyrics? We've gone over this a million times. You don't need to use lyrics in the courtroom. It's already there. It's already said. Who gives a damn? It's not It's not concrete, super telling evidence. It's not that. It's just words that this rapper said. So I don't see MC Lyte catching too much flack, especially not anything in the line of legal. And they're saying like how Russell Simmons went to Bali because he could have got probably some years or coughed up some mill like Diddy's going through. it goes on in the article. I want the same thing everyone else has gotten. He answered. This is Daniels, referencing Bill Cosby in particular. I want the same anger and the same vigor and the same grooming that they're talking about. I want the same anger for this. See, I don't. I don't want the same anger. I want similar but not the same because it's totally different. You're writing a song. You're making art. That would mean that the American History X, that they show scenes of graphic male on male contact that is brutal and violent and forceful. Does that mean that screenwriter and the director and the actor Ed Norton, they should all be prosecuted for showing that? It's art. It's art for a reason. It's a what Ayn Rand calls the selective recreation of an artist's metaphysical value judgments. That's what art is. Which basically means that you're picking and choosing certain things that are according to your own judgment based on your value system. That's exactly what that means. That's all that means. So for MC Lyte, KRS-One, anybody talking about, underage people, having sexual relations with them, that's up for the public to decide. And those songs are over 20 years old, 30 years old. That's a totally different bargain. Excuse me. It's a totally different bargain. They're much older now. They're in their 50s and going on 60s. They ain't got time for that. I mean, Cosby, and others. There's so many others. He went to prison, but people like Matt Lauer, people like Garrison Keillor, people like who died. What's his name? Hugh Hefner. He got lucked out. He just died. He was going to get caught up in a whole mess of litigation and lawsuits and possible jail time. He clocked out. Greg S on the check-in. Haven't seen this guy in a long time. Where you been, Greg? Salute to bargains for sexual relations. Hey, I'm not saying there's a bargain for the situation. I'm saying it's a different kind of bargain. It's a different kind of a deal. Been in Vietnam and UK. Okay, Vietnam. Okay. Looking for Charlie, huh? He's still going for the Viet Cong? Are they still around? Don't watch where you're walking. Could be some mines, some unused shells. You gotta be careful. But you've been to the UK. Okay, so did you go to England? What part of the UK did you go to? I'm just talking with Greg for a second. Just seeing London. Okay, so it's dark and dingy and rainy and foggy, just like I like it. I can't wait to go to London one day. Can't wait. So, are you? Is this business or pleasure? What is this? Or both? Hope you're not, going around with young girls or young boys. Who know? Salute Black Cuddy on the check-in. Black Cuddy. Salute. So what I'm saying is like they had to go to the studio. They had to write the rhyme. They had to record it. It had to be released. It got released to the public, and the public said, "It's all right." This is 1991, and let me see what KRS-One 13 and good. This came out in 1992, so a year later, from MC Lyte's song. So in the early 90s, nobody was checking it like that. Nobody was like, this is something you gotta do, whatever. Both just smashing cheap strange over there. Smashing cheap strange. Strange what? Cheap straight. What you got, a bird in UK? I'm just messing with you, Greg. What you got, a bird in UK? You got a few birds, as they call females in UK. Women, grown women, people, women over 21. I have to be clear. I have to, break it down exactly what it is. All right, so yeah, Abdul Mateen says KRS-One. What do you expect? He's from Bam. Yeah, Bambada. Yeah, Bambada Circle. Yeah, it's part of the Zulu Nation. Yeah, it's very true. I have 7 people watching me according to the algorithm. I need 7 likes. I need 700 likes. I need 7,000 likes. The early hip hop pioneers were creeps. Well, and Abdul Mateen says cold perverts. Is it, what is it though? Was it that part of society and part of culture, and like how I have mixed feelings about Me Too. I don't know if they, gang up and say, "Oh well, he this and he did that, or she did this and she did that," and it traumatized me, and it broke me down, and I can't function now. I want money. I want them to go to jail. I want to take all their kids' money, and they can't have anything, for generations. And that's the weird thing about Me Too. And it took down a whole lot of people. Like I just named a few. Took down a whole lot of males, mainly. I'm trying to think about women. They don't say sexual, but she was kind of sexual. Ellen DeGeneres. She was rubbing up and feeling up on people when she was dancing. Like she was probably trying to get a little bit of her coochie wet. Every time she was rubbing up against somebody. She was probably feeling herself somehow. But she got taken down primarily because of her toxic environment. She treated people, bad, allegedly. But when you have lyrics that are, 30 plus, it may not matter the age. It may not matter, the time. I'm saying the time age of the record or the song. Abdul Mateen says, when it comes to sex, every individual has their own personal taboo. I'm gonna say yes. That is true. Everybody is not a freak, but they do get freaky. That's when we're on the balance beam. We're on the balance rope. We're on the tightrope. You're not a freak, but you like freaky things. But you're not a freak. It's a difference there. You're not a freak, but you do freaky things, or you've engaged in it. Rumor has it Scott Saunders has a thing for the pink toes only. Not only relations I've ever had. Only sexual relations I've ever had was with a white woman. I've had beautiful relationships with Hispanic women and a dark-skinned black woman and a light-skinned black woman. That was in my adult year, And prior to that, Hispanic woman and Asian, Vietnamese woman. Well, she was a girl at the time. We were I'm talking about ages. We were just in 8th grade, and we were just we had an affinity for each other. But other than that, I would love to bed down a dark skinned female, a woman, a lady. I would love to do that. That's what I would love to do. And even a light skinned chick, even though they're like, I'm Hasidity, I'm high and mighty, huh? Nobody can touch me. I'm ish. I like dark skinned chicks because they're like, you know what? I'm dark skinned, but I'm beautiful. And I know I am, and I don't have to act like I'm better than anybody. I'm the best. That's the attitude that I get from dark skinned women. I could be wrong, but that's the attitude I get from them. Because it's like, if you're light skinned, it's like, oh, everybody's like, oh, I want the light skinned girl with the wavy hair and everything like that. And it's like the black skinned, dark skinned girl, she's got the curly hair, she's dark skinned. And she's like, I'm not even gonna pay attention to this. I'm gonna be my own woman and be real. But I'm trying to, I'm gonna bring it all together now. The youth, the young people under 17, 18, depending on your jurisdiction, they should be protected. They should not have to worry about it, and there shouldn't be a double standard. If you're a male, you do not engage with sex with if you're a young male, if you're under the age of 17 or 18, you don't engage in sexual relationships with an adult. That's just a fact. Same thing with a young female about to be a woman and maybe a lady. You don't engage in sexual activity with an adult, male or female. That's it. That's all that I have to say for that. Abdul Mateen says, list callers, take your pick. You got the money, you go digger you. Well, what about 18-year-old and 16-year-old? That's what I'm saying. 18-year-old and 16-year-old is probably the same thing. If they're under 18, depending on the jurisdiction, they probably cannot, engage in sexual relations. That's what I was saying. But I want to get to another topic. We can talk about this, maybe after I get to this other topic. I want to say how awkward this time is. And I didn't give I gave my standard greeting, greetings. It's Skylar Saunders seeing what's current. I always say that. But I didn't say Merry Christmas, even though I think this is the third day of Christmas. Greg, that's on you. That's on you and Abdul. But do you say Merry Christmas still? Because there's 12 days of Christmas. You can say all the way up to January 6th, which is Little Christmas, or the Epiphany, which is my dad's birthday, and a day that will live in infamy. From the January insurrection, I would say resurrection, insurrection on the Capitol. Greg says, what is Sky Saunders seeing, by the way? Seeing or seem? It's not seem, it's seeing. Like Harlan, I got it from Harlan Ellison. Look up that. Punch it in Google. Harlan, Harlan, Ellison. Ellison. Harlan Ellison. He's one of my favorite personalities. I never read one of his books, but I just like the fact that he's so candid and real. He was candid. He passed away some time ago, but he was very candid. I disagree with a lot of what he said, but I like the fact that he was just so honest and straightforward about what he had to say. So that's where I got that. It's not watching, but seeing. So there you go. That's my reason for that. Yeah. So this is the awkward time of the year. This is the most awkward time of the year. Because you greet people on the street, you're like, Happy New Year. Well, it's not the New Year yet. Okay, all right. Merry Christmas. Well, it's already been Merry Christmas. You're in the past now. Yeah, so that's why I say greetings. When you say greetings, that's at any time. Black Hoodie says, Sky, I use the word seasons greetings. Exactly. That's as best as you can do. But it's like, I like that too, but it's not as strong as Merry Christmas. When you say Merry Christmas, it's real strong because it's so loaded now. Everybody's like, oh, there's a war on Christmas. Everybody's trying to take Christ out of Christmas. Oh, I can't stand when people use Xmas and stuff like that. Greeting is good. Holidays is good too. Yeah, it's another one that's weak. I don't think it's that strong. It's like Happy Holidays. I like the alliteration. I like the two H's together. That's cool. Happy Holidays. It's like, okay. But Happy New Year, that's a game changer. Because that's like, and when do you stop saying Happy New Year? That's the thing. Yeah, Greg X says Xmas is lame. So when do you stop saying Happy New Year? Like the 5th, the 6th? I think it's the 6th, because that's the last day of Christmas. So you stop saying, Happy New Year to your coworkers, your family members, your friends, people you see in the store, all of that. Go grocery shopping. Yeah. So yeah, Xmas is definitely an 80s thing. I think they try to put that in, but I don't mind Christmas, even though I'm an atheist. I like to say Merry Christmas, and I use it, even if I were to use it in the form of Jesus of Nazareth, even though his birth was in the springtime, and we've gone over this before. But what's goofy is, like I said this in a previous post too, is that Easter comes before Christmas. It's like, it's going to happen. Why are we playing around? Oh, look at the baby Jesus. Oh, he's so cute. Don't you remember, like, what was it, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, when he was on the cross, bleeding and struggling and living the worst fate anybody's ever probably had in the world or among those. Now he's in a manger and surrounded by all these shepherds and his parents and the animals and the manger. Richard Proano. I think you're Richard Perano. I think you're a newbie. So this is what happens to newbies. I say salute. And where's the donation? I have my PayPal. I have my PayPal. I have my Cash App. All that ready for you. Whatever you want. Yeah, donate. Yeah. $ Skylar Saunders 1. Feed the poor. Yes, I am poor. I'm cash poor. I'm rich with credit, but I'm cash poor. I'm cash poor. I do need those ducats. And you're a newbie, so newbies get the treatment. Where's the donation? Once you're here for a while, I don't bother you with money. I'll say it a few times, like, oh, okay, I need a donation here and there, but I'm not going to hit you up. Is this a stick up? Yes, it is a stick up. This is a stick up. You don't have, I mean, this is a soft stick up. This is like, give me all your money or don't. It's all right. I mean, you have the option of not paying me. So Cash App, PayPal, my Venmo is scholarized. So, but what I'm saying is, yeah, the awkwardness of this time of year. It's like in between. It's like you might have a college thesis. You might have a high school project. They sometimes weigh you down over the winter break. You gotta have something prepared when you come back. What is it, on the second or third? Depending on whatever school you're in, you got to have everything ready. You have everything prepared, and you're trying to if you're a little kid and you're like 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're gonna want to play with your toys. You're gonna want to, go out and ice skate. You're gonna want to go, I don't know. Rick James. He's probably asleep right now or doing angel dust. I don't know, Greg. But yeah, so that's gonna be the main gist of it. How awkward this time of year is, because you're supposed to be on break. They call it winter break. They can't say Christmas break. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in Jesus either. But I say Christmas break. Like I'm for Allah. I'm for Yahshua. I'm for Buddha. I'm for the Hindu gods. You can't just say Christmas because it's like a federal holiday. They don't say holiday, day off. They say Christmas. They observe the day of Christmas. That's a fact. It's a federal holiday. Banks are closed. Most stores are closed or were closed. Anyway, we experienced it. But I think, New Year's, I mean, it's cute. It's Greg says shaking my head. I think it's cute though how we like pretend to ourselves, especially with resolutions. And I do my best not to do resolutions. I try to say I'm gonna lose weight on my own terms. So I do need to lose weight. I'm overweight right now. I'm gonna lose weight on my own terms. Salute to Chelsea with her glasses on. She said I look healthy. The camera adds about 20, 30 pounds, I think. Is that's the case? Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to get down to 190. Let me see if I can do that. But that's gonna start in February, I think. Because I'm gonna do a fast in January. And then continue to work out, get on the bike and everything like that. But we're just goofy. We say, oh, well, it's March. I'm good. I'm not even. Where's the cheesecake? Where's the where's the cookies? Where's the pie? That's what happens. You get to, oh, well, it's April. I'm all right. Sky, when he was in the Marines on Paradise Island, what was your weight? Ooh, good question, Black Cuddy. My weight was 172 pounds. I'm not lying. Right now, I'm at about 204. I'm way overweight. I could never fit into my uniforms. I was at 172 pounds, soaking wet. I kid you not. I'm not playing. My sister said she had to hug me, and she put her whole arms around me. She's not that big. She's a little smaller than me. And she had to put her whole arms around me because I was just so small. And plus, that's the thing, when you're getting smoked every day, you're on your face doing push-ups and doing crunches and on 3-mile runs and stuff like that. You're going to lose weight. And then they have a specific diet plan for you. You can only eat this amount of calories. I don't know how many thousands of calories a day it was. Yes, Dot Focus knows what it is. Yeah, that is big. I am huge. I'm like really heavy. I have a gut. I have a baller's gut because I'm getting y'all's money. I appreciate. I'm not, I appreciate the money, but I'm getting smoked every day. Pause. Thanks for the laugh, Greg. I appreciate it. Dot Focus on the check-in again. Yeah, man. We popping tonight. I got 8 likes. That's the most likes I had in a long time. 5 people are watching, apparently. Hey, 205, not fat. Well, I said 204. I guess that would be skinnier, but I'm about 204. 204, 205 is fat for me. Fat for my weight. It depends on your height. So Greg asked, you probably are right. 205 is not fat. You're probably taller than me, or taller than I. Let's be grammatically correct. Salute, thank you for your service, USMC. Thank you, Black Hoodie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your support. That's what I say to all the people. They say, oh, wow, thank you for your service. And I say, did you pay your taxes? Well, I don't say that too often. I've said that before. And then they say, yes. And I say, well, thank you for your support. That's what it is. There's only 2 other forms of government. Can you name them? Other forms of government. There's the military and blank. They're a proper world government. And if you cannot have a country or a nation that can support these 3 agencies, then it doesn't deserve to stand. It doesn't deserve to be in existence. It deserves to go away. It deserves to die. Gorilla pimping and finesse. Yeah. That is the government. Gorilla pimping and finesse. Yeah, they know how to do that. But I'll just tell you, the police force and the law courts. That's what I'm saying about, the separation of government and private organizations. Every government installation should have a lease by a private organization. There should only be private property. There shouldn't be any quote unquote government property. So that should be the separation. This should, all the law courts, should be governed by Greg says, where does education fit in? Education fits in nowhere in government. There should only be private schools. Every school should be private. Every single school. Pre-K to post-doctorate should be private. Every one of them. All of that. I know we're going off on a tangent now, but I decided to address that. But if you want to ask more questions, we can do that. In the question and answer period. That's after the hour mark. So he says, "Oh snap." Yeah, but yeah, it's just an awkward time period. Because you're like, do you watch Christmas movies? Do you, it's after Christmas. It doesn't have to say it hits differently. I'm gonna put the Lee on it. It hits differently. When you're watching a Christmas movie, you're like, man, Christmas already came, man. It's like anticlimax. It's like the climax was Christmas morning, and it's like now it's like almost 4 days later, and you're like, no, I'm good, but you're still playing with your toys. You're still, you remember this is like Christmas. This is like Christmas kind of have intersection. Do you remember when you used to put your clothes out on the bed and you had your you had the sweater with the jeans and the sneaks and the new socks and underwear you had? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this right when January come. I'm gonna be fly. I'm gonna be the flyest person in the school. You remember that? I remember those days. Those days were fun. and you have like a whole set. You have like a week at least, to dress up, to wear whatever you wanted, because all your family gave you your brand new clothes. You got me these new boots. These are the Tims. These are the Butters. I'm wearing these. Oh, you got me the new J's. Oh, these are the first ones. These are Jordan 1s. I'm wearing these. These got the Knicks colors. Got the blue and the orange. And then with these blue jeans and oh my like, anybody remember that? To be honest with you, I had one pair of Jordans, and they weren't even his Jordans, or they were the team Jordans. They were the Vin Bakers. If you look up Vin Baker sneaker, black and white, you can see the Jordans that I used to wear. And my sister, we used to rock those. She actually wore them when she was playing basketball. But yeah, this is a strange, awkward, weird kind of a place. Can you relate, Abdul? Can you relate? Do you remember those times? I had one Jordan. I had Nikes. My older sister bought me two pairs of Nikes. She bought me the black and white trainers, and then she bought me if you remember these, the Vince Carter boing boing boing. I don't even know. Let me look it up. Let me see. Hold up. Vince Carter. Boing. The Nike Shocks BB4s. Yes, I play basketball in those. Does anybody in my age group? I know my demographics. My demographics is predominantly my age, 35 and up. What did she do to earn money for J's? Well, I hope yeah, the Vince Carters, yeah, the BB4s, the Boing Boys, yeah, the Vince Carters, exactly. I had the same color as he did, the black and silver and blue. Couldn't tell me nothing. They couldn't tell me nothing. They didn't rip it. Greg S said they ripped it like, yeah, and those damn whatever the hell they were trying to call boing boings, they didn't do a damn thing. They didn't like make you jump higher or run faster. It was just some bullshit that Nike was pulling, like the Shocks, the NBA, the Nike Shocks. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, like they they tried to pass them off as like they were like gonna make you a superstar, make you a super athlete or something like that. Oh, it's goofy. Yeah, I got those. She got $100,000 when she was 18 years old from her. That's my half sister. She got $100,000 from her grandfather when he died, and it accrued interest too. So she had like $115,000 or something like that. But she blew it. She was 18 years old. She didn't know what the hell. She didn't know about stocks and bonds and investments and stuff like that. She bought a car. She got, jerseys for my sister, my full sister and I. she those ripped off. She tricked it off. No, she didn't trick it off. No, she didn't trick it off. But yeah, she that money, poof, gone. She, she listened to the Air Force. Obviously the money ran out. But spend it while you have it. Why not? Sometimes it's like, you want an ice cream, you can get an ice cream. You're gonna devour it. You spent your money on it. You can't get it back anymore. There's no, you literally consumed it. That's it. At Scott, oh, robbed her blind. Give me nigga, grind me nigga. I didn't rob her. There was gifts, donations. No, I got the Iverson jersey, the official. I think it's in stores now, but the official with the stitching, not like the iron on in the back. No, it was with the stitching, with this, with the Sixers and the 3 and the Iverson on the back, blue jersey. She bought a Dreamcast. She had an apartment. She had it popping for like 2 minutes. Then that money was gone. And I didn't steal it. I swear I didn't rob my sister. She was just being very generous. I'm sure she bought herself a lot of things too. I didn't, I don't know about all that, but but she was very generous to my full sister and myself. It's just, but I digress. Didn't I digress? Yeah, it's a goofy period of time between Christmas and New Year's because they fall exactly a week from each other, and also one of the biggest New Year. I mean, Eve. There's Christmas. There's Halloween, which means All Hallows Eve, which is Eve for the All Saints Day. That's a big Eve. There's no 4th of July. 3rd of July. Is the eve of 4th of July. I'm sure there's people that do parties. I'm sure on the Hamptons or something like that. Well, it's the 3rd of the July, and we're gonna have mimosas and toast each other. Yeah, so it's so goofy, so weird, such a weird time warp kind of thing. That's why I think they play the Twilight Zone marathon on New Year's Day, because it's such a strange and eerie kind of time of year. It's just weird. I mean, I do like it. I enjoy this time period, and I'm so fortunate that I don't have to go into a place of business, or I don't have to sit at a desk in my own house or do something like that. I just get deposits. I get deposits in my bank account, and I'm able to survive and thrive. I think it's a beautiful thing. So, and also I have to mention, that Cash App, that PayPal, that Venmo, that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can send me money at any time period at your discretion. If not, cool. But I have to give that bit of information out, let you all know that this isn't play time. This is work. I had to do research. I had to watch videos. I have to read articles. I want to get to the point where it's like I have to go interview people. I'll do that part, but not on my show. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll interview people off camera, but not on the show. So I just want it to be me. It's all about me. I guess they want to be the bad guy. Want me to be the bad guy. No, but New Year's Eve. I mean, that's such a. I remember one New Year's Eve. Sexy ass black chick. I mean, she was gorgeous, petite, everything, But I was looking for that kiss, and she's like, she curved me. I'm not gonna lie, she curved me. I'm not mad at her though. We hooked back up later on, and it was a better situation. But she curved me that day on New Year's Eve. And I remember the guest who the musician, performing artist was Lil Wayne. I think he was debuting the song 6 foot, 7 foot, 6 foot, 7 foot. That song, everybody know, you know that song. All right, so I think he was premiering that song. I was just listening to him on a big screen TV, just jamming by myself. My parents were at church. It was a special night for me. And now I don't really, it doesn't phase me if I like, oh, I gotta get a chick so I can kiss her on, when the clock strikes 12. Oh, if I get a woman, a female, a lady, that wants, do something, you know, when the ball drops and my balls drop, no, pause. Greg ass hit me with the pause. I know. Yeah, so I'm not sweating anything. I'm not sweating no female, no chick, no skitel broad in any manner at all. I'm very full of myself. I'm not conceited though. See, that's the thing. Mr. Troy Star Train says he's conceited. I like that word arrogance. Arrogance, yes. I'm arrogant, especially in the face of authority. Probably why I got kicked out of the Marine Corps. But I got full rights and responsibility and privileges. I got, my compensation, all of that together. Every bit of it. So, but yeah, and this is weird too. It's like, when are the decorations coming out? It has to be January 62. Has to be January 62. You leave the decorations up. You see in movies, any good movie that shows, New Year's or New Year's Day, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. If there's no Christmas decorations in the background, it's probably not a very accurate movie because people don't take okay, it's Christmas. It's not Christmas anymore. Got to take down the decorations. No, you leave them up for a good week, all the way up until the 6th. You start taking everything down. I mean, with where we live in Newark, Delaware, we have the housing authority or the homeowners authority that forced. Maybe I'm using the word worse, a bad word, because it's not really forced, or maybe it is forced. I don't know. They mandated. Maybe that's the same thing. I don't know, but you understand what I'm saying. They mandated that we take down our Christmas lights, which were harming no one, not making a nuisance for anyone else on our property. But is it our property? You're in the projects. I'm in the suburbs, the beautiful suburbs, Greg. I'm in the beautiful suburbs. Now, you make me laugh, Greg. You're another one. You might not have brought $1 to this machine, but you get a chuckle out of me from time to time. I don't live in the projects. Never lived in the projects. Like I said before, even though Mr. Choice Our Terrain disagrees with me, I always hold this. I do not subscribe to the hood mentality. Only the people that have risen out of the hood and have a different mentality don't have the hood mentality. I respect that about them. I've met plenty of people, male, female, who have had that idea of, independence and rationality and truth and knowing who they are and being very intelligent and not subscribing to the hood mentality. That's pretty special to me, because I don't know what that's like. I kind of know. I grew up in the white hood, and what was it? Oh my God, in Massachusetts, Lowell, Massachusetts. That was like the white hood. Just type in High on Crack Street, and you can see what happened. That was back in the 90s. They since cleaned it up mostly. There's high-end apartments in some locations. I lived in the rundown section, but it had high ceilings, so I liked it. 1090 Jake is from there. Is that the boxer? There's a boxer name, I think it's 1090 Jake, or is that the MMA fighter? I can't call it. Look, we got time. That tiramisu must have been the truth, because it picked me right up. Yesterday I was like I was like, if you could just tell what could Oh, the YouTuber, 1090 Jake. Okay, I know what you mean. Okay. The famous writer Jack Kerouac is from Lowell, Massachusetts. I went to his memorial. It was pretty cool. It had a bust of him, I think it had, and some of his words. He's famous for On the Road. Yeah, I gotta check for 1090 Jake. But hey, you can all ask me as many questions. I'm gonna try to go till maybe 1:30. I'm an hour 30, maybe shorter, depending on if you don't have any questions for me. But I just wanted to make sure this could be my comeback. I mean, Richard Pryor had an issue with this too. Not the same issue. He had the booger sugar issue, most likely. But he came out on stage. He was bombing. He couldn't get his thoughts together. He's like, all right, I can't go on with this. I can't go on with this show anymore. I can't do this. I can't give you all this show. But when he came back, he was ripping and roaring. He was on point. He was not missing a beat. So I know what that's like. And that tiramisu must have had some kind of bit of caffeine in it. Had to it. It had to have had some bit of caffeine in it. Or else I would be like eyes all closed, trying to finish a sentence. No, I feel great right now. I feel good. So if you guys aren't going to ask any questions, I can just skate off and like leave this a good show. I had 9 likes. 9 likes. That is excellent. 8 people watching right now. Probably going to be up to 20 or so, maybe 15. But I definitely appreciate. I'll go down the roll. Let me do the roll call. First person that came through was Abdul Mateen. Salute to you. Dot Focus, the great one, JB's. Greg S. I appreciate all of you. Oh yeah, and Ricardo. What's this? Richard Perano. Okay, here we go. You doing a new time slot now? I don't think so. I like the 4 o'clock. It kind of causes a little bit of a problem if I'm going out to eat or if I'm going out to shop or something like that. This is a good time period if I'm hopped up on something. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't do any lines or anything like that. I just had tiramisu, and it definitely affected. I took my drugs. I took my prescribed drugs, and at least 3 of them or 4 of them are for anxiety and calming down and helping you go to sleep. Greg says, I couldn't tune into the 4 p.m. until getting back to the States. He continues, I was going to say you must be on the dust if you're up live this late. No, I'm not on the dust. I'm not on the booger sugar. I'm not on any uppers or anything like that. Just the upper of caffeine, I guess, or and that piece of cake or whatever it is, pastry or confection. Or collecting from the broads you have on the stroll newer. We can talk about that. I'm preparing a screenplay that's going to deal with a man who has business associates, but not hoes. But I want to see if that can be, admissible. Let's see if that can be admissible. Let's keep that quiet though. Shh. Don't tell nobody. um, Looks like Greg S is the only one, in the building, but there's 5 other people. Are y'all just sitting back in the cut, keeping cool as cucumbers? um. So yeah, so I'm just prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow I get my deposit. I get my deposit on tomorrow. It's a nice little twofer. I get my Social Security check and my Social Security deposit, and then a few days later, okay, Dot Focus getting his haircut. Salute to Dot Focus for getting his haircut. Greg says, I think one of them is trolling list crawler. I don't know what a list crawler is. I have to look that up. What's a list crawler? Oh, list crawler. Find sexy female escorts and call girls offering their service in escort alligator. Oh my god. If that's what you're talking about, oh, don't look it up. Let's hold something. Don't look it up. I just did. Now I know what it is. That's funny. Hey, I tried to warn you. Yes, you did, but I was already on the site by the time I got back to live chat. Yeah, so enjoy this time. This is the leftovers time. This is the eat your turkey, eat your ham, eat your, ham sandwiches, your ham salad, your turkey salad, your baked ziti, all that leftovers. It's better the second time around. This is a time period for that. Get nice and fat. Then your New Year's resolution, I'm losing it all. I'm losing 20, 30 pounds. I'm going to do it. And it's April. And you're like, you know what? That gym membership is too expensive. I got to cut back on that. Really, though? Dot Focus. Okay, what Greg ass says is Diddy getting indicted? I'm behind on your topic. Dot Focus says getting my house call haircut from 8 Meals 8 on IG. Okay, good to go. Ham salad. You're not Muslim, brother. I'm not Muslim. I'm definitely not Muslim. I'm an atheist, a proud non-believer in the theory of God, like Mr. Troy Star Terrain, who was responsible for the show. He's Dominican. Exactly. What was oh my god. Hold on. I'm gonna try to look up his Lou Bega. What is he? Let me see what he is. He's of Munich, Bavaria, West Germany. Wait, Italian mother and a Ugandan father. I'm talking about Lou Bega. That's funny. Let me answer these questions. Is Diddy getting indicted? I have no idea if Diddy's getting indicted. I have no clue. I mean, much respect to the man. He put in work. I mean, but if he's done something wrong, he should be paid for it, just like anybody else. And I'm not Dominican, I can promise you. Don't let this hat fool you, and these features fool you. He's Dominican. That gets a laugh out of me every time. What does it mean to be Dominican? Dumb in a can. Dumb. Let me put that in there. Yeah, I was just about to say dumb in a can. What does it mean? What is it? Well, I mean, why do you call me Dominican? How can you? What makes you say? What attributes of my character or my physical features makes you think I'm a Dominican, Grass? I'm just curious. I just wondered to myself. Anybody watching football right now? What's the score? Hold on. I know it's two bum teams, Browns and the Jets. Whoo! Browns is smoking the Jets. Okay, the Browns aren't bad though. Browns are 10-5. Jets are poor. It's 34-17 in favor of the Browns. That was kind of surprising. I heard that from somewhere though, that the Browns were actually doing good this year. And I think the Lions are doing good this year too. A lot of teams that were bums, except for the Jets, have turned themselves around. And other teams that were reigning, like the Seahawks, have gone down. And not the Seahawks, the Broncos. Broncos are going down. They said that Russell Westbrook is supposed to be. Did I say Russell Westbrook? Russell Wilson. Excuse me. I'm going into a totally different league. Russell Wilson is going to be benched and possibly released from the team. Tough break, nigga. As always, Fridays, you can own a franchise or something. There's always McDonald's. You can own a franchise. There's always a car dealership. Tough break, nigga. I get that from Chappelle. Tough break, nigga. Sorry about your luck. There's always Wendy's. You can have a few franchises pop up all over the place. I was just about to say, Sierra's, she just gave birth. She's gonna be on the stroll. She's gonna be back on the blade on the track, making money. Here you go, Russell. Here you go, baby boo. Mwah. Here's the $500K that you needed to pay these bills for this mansion that we live in, and all these vehicles that you got. Greg says he'll make Sierra get back on the stage. Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. She's going to be carrying her baby around on the stage. And one of those slings, one of those baby slings that go across the chest. She's going to be out there performing. I like the way you ride it. Or however that song goes. I don't know. Like a freak, something crazy. I don't even know. But I do like that song. There's nothing I won't do in my life with you. Promise. That song, Promise. That was the truth. That was like 15 years ago, something like that. Crazy. But yeah, so this is goofy. Goofy time of year, goofy different things happen. And that's what's weird about sports. It moves so fast. God damn it. I remember when it was homecoming for college teams. Now they're getting ready for the bowl games. I'm like, God damn. Pretty soon it's gonna be, I think it goes Super Bowl, Grammys, then Oscars. I think that's how that goes. I think that's the proper order for those events. And they draw millions upon millions of viewers, seeing that somebody's gonna get slapped. Seeing if the lights are going out. Did anybody remember the Super Bowl when the lights went out? Am I that old? Going back in time. You remember when the lights going out in the Super Bowl? Oh my goodness. It was terrible. I remember sending a tweet, Future song. Turn on the lights. I'm looking for. That was when it was Twitter. Now it's, of course, X. But it's very funny. It's a very funny period of time in which we live. Sorry it had to be you, MC Lyte. Sorry it had to be you. You're my top 5. Still my top 5 so far. And like I said, I mean, I don't know. Bambaataa, really messed up the whole flow of things. He really messed up the whole flow by, I think it's alleged still, because he hasn't been convicted of anything. So it's still alleged that he touched little boys, and now they're grown men and they're telling their truths. But I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out on my own. I really am. Trying to figure it all out. Trying to get a better understanding of, how the lyrics resurface, and it's like 30 years old and it's art. She didn't, I don't think she actually did it in real life. Maybe she did, but where's the evidence? That's all I'm asking for, is evidence. But that's the thing. We get the high 5 on the black hand side. You smashed what? You smashed that 22-year-old? Kid's only 14 years old. She's 22. You smashed that? What? It's different. Oh, he's 23. She's 15. He violated her. It's a strange weird. It's because I think it's because women can't rape without using some kind of device, like a dildo or something. Men can rape naturally, unless a woman is not a woman, but a trans woman, and she has, a hole and a pole at the same time. Two holes down below, or 3 holes down below. I know. I'm going far off that focus. Hey, I'm surprised Greg Ass didn't say pause. I'm just trying to tell it like it is. I'm just trying to, lay out the reality. It is a double standard. I don't see, I mean, there probably are a set of girls like, ooh, he's only 23. Girl, you better get him. And they're only 14, 15 years old. You know what I mean? And they try to up the ante and, make it worth their while to get an older man. And that's weird too. When you're 22 years old, you're an older man. But that's a fact. You're a man at 18, according to the state, in certain states. Sometimes it's 17. But yeah, that's the goofy part. That's what makes it so goofy. That's what makes it so weird. It's the fact that so many people don't understand that these lyrics are just that, lyrics. If Eminem can saw his wife in half, or whatever the case was, rim rim rim, Kim, bleed be bleed, bleed be bleed, and so many others. Wu-Tang Clan, smashing nuts on the dresser or something like that. I'll sew your asshole up and feed you beans and stuff like that. It's like they're not really gonna do all that. It's all entertainment. It's all art. Black Cuddy says MILF is the way to go, over 50 plus. I can't agree with you, Black Cuddy. I mean, that's that Andre 3000 song. Rock, white, pink, and blue. Cry, baby. Cry, baby. Like, it's so goofy. It's weird. It's like I I don't. I've never been with a MILF. No, I've never been with a MILF sexually. I've been with a MILF. That's what's weird about the terminology, because a mother I'd like to F, or fornicate with, could be 18 years old. That's a MILF. If she has a son or daughter or children, that's still a MILF technically. But I understand what you're saying, Black Cuddy. 50 plus. You specified it, so I understand what you mean. I can dig it. Yeah, so it's a weird world we live in. It's very strange. Goofy world that's much better than it's ever been in history, human history. Going back a few decades, even a few centuries, even a millennia. There were robbers, thieves, murderers, rapists all over the land, and it was just like you had to protect yourself and your loved ones and your belongings. There was no ADT. There was no Brinks. There was no Ring. There was none of that. You had to protect your neck or get got. Don't get got, because it'd be a problem. That's facts. So we're living in the most safe, wonderful time period in all of human history. Even with the spikes in crime in different locations like Philly, New York, Detroit, Louisiana, New Orleans, Los Angeles, even when they spike, there's been a downslide of crime that has been perpetrated throughout the streets, and that's a good thing, because people are running out of drugs. The latest drug is fentanyl, which is prescribed. It's just been on the black market, but you're prescribed fentanyl. It's okay to take fentanyl, but the problem is people overdose on it. It's okay to take any other drug, but I'm just saying, especially fentanyl. That's what we have to, consider. That's what we have to grasp. Greg S says, Fence puts a dent. I don't know what the hell that means. Respectfully, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Fence puts a dent. It's probably gonna be like, oh, I know it's gonna be, and he'll be trying to play me or something. Fence puts a dent. Oh, see, I knew it. I'm stupid. I'm talking about fentanyl. I'm like, fentanyl. He's talking about fentanyl. Fent puts a dent. Yeah, Fent puts a dent. Yeah, it makes it smart. I understand what you're saying now. Thank you for being patient with me. Yeah. What is the next drug? Who? Yeah, they do call it Fent. Yeah, they call it black. They call it King Ivory. I'm gonna say the names for it. Hold on. Street names for fentanyl. Here are the street names: Apache, China Girl, Chinatown, Dance Fever, Friend, Goodfellas, Great Bear, He-Man, Jackpot, King Ivory, Murder 8, Poison, and Tango and Cash. When you got a damn street name and it's called Poison, I mean, god damn, how do you I don't want to look down on and say I'm high and mighty and I'm above taking drugs. I'm better than you. No, don't get this confused. I just don't understand people who take drugs and they develop a habit, they develop an addiction, and they have to go through rehabilitation, and they get back out, and they relapse, and they have to go back in. It's like, they not watch TV and movies and have friends and family. I don't want to touch any drugs until I'm at least 98 years old. Then I'm doing everything. I'm snorting, shooting, smoking. Because that's like senioritis. It's like the last day of school when you're a senior, you know? There's no work for you. There's nothing that you can do. It's the end of the year. It's the end for you. You're done. Greg says it might be unavoidable. You chase paper like they chase the high. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, Biggie and Jay-Z have said that. The Clips, Pusha T and Malice have said that. You know, who's the one getting high? Who's the one that's an addict? Who's the one who's the fiend? Is it them or is it me? You know, I'm trying to get this money. They're trying to get, you know, beam up to Scotty. That's what's so strange. That's what makes it weird. Greg has, how many innocents have you hit licks on to buy yourself a new outfit? I've not hit any licks, sir. Never hit a lick. Never put myself in that position. Never will. Not ready to go to the penitentiary. Not afraid. I was in psychiatric wards and the Marine Corps and everything like that. I'm used to regimented, you know, being awakened at 4 o'clock in the morning and having to do work and stuff like that. But I still feel like going because it takes too much time. It takes too much time. That's the thing. Freedom and time. That's what the jail cell, the prison house, all have in common. You have all this time, no matter how much time you have. If you have a year, you have to serve that year, unless you get out for some circumstances. For the year, for the time that you're in, you know, you have no freedom. You don't have liberty. I've talked about this before. You can have all the amenities. You can have a great meal. You can have great, you know, you can wear designer clothes in jail if you're so inclined, depending on whatever the regulations are for that jail or prison. That's what makes up, you know, who you are and what you are. But you don't have freedom. You can't just go to Prague. You can't just go to Tokyo. You can't just go to Rio de Janeiro. You're confined to a 9x6 cell block. You gotta make sure your bed is straight and tight. You can't just go to the kitchen late at night and get you a snack, get you some milk and cookies. Why are you trying to go to Rio? I'm not going to Rio. Chasing Big Bunda. What is Big Bunda? I gotta look up this. I learned so much from this show. What is Big Bunda? Oh. Ah. I got you now. I like that. See, I didn't know that. I never knew what Big Bunda meant. Now I know. But hey, thank you all. Dot Focus, Greg S. Black Cuddy. Who else? Who else is in here? Abdul Mateen, Richard Pirano, all y'all who came in. I appreciate it. I'm about to go out. But I do hope that you check in. I should be here tomorrow. Maybe at 4, maybe at 9, maybe at 1 in the morning. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you very much for checking in. Take care.